Those of you who have been in the tribe for a while know that I had some mistakes made in my investments into genome sequencing and genome editing. I saw what was coming and I got into it, but I got into it early. I guess you might say I showed up at the dance a bit too early, and it didn't happen. And it didn't happen because of government regulations and insurance, and we can go into that at another time. But now we are in the midst of the AI revolution. The advent of quantum computing is out in the future, so I don't want to invest in that. But I think the advent of AI is here, but it goes in stages, and so I decided what I was going to use AI to avoid making the mistake that I made on biotech and getting into the wrong stocks too early. So with that in mind, I went to AI and I basically asked, how is AI going to transform my life, both from a business point of view as well as a personal point of view? And let's break it down into time frames. And let's start with what's going to happen in the next year, in other words, until the end of 2025. And how is it going to make its entry into my life? And basically what it told me is it's building out right now, but by the end of 2025, there will be some evidence to it that will interplay in both my business and my personal life. Basically, it said that the robotics will become a small part of small business. AI-powered automation tools will enter into local retail, hospitality, and the service industry. And I interpret that to mean that maybe when I call my bank or Spectrum, I'll be talking to a bot rather than a human being. And then it says on a personal level in my home, I'll be talking to Alexa or some other form of voice, and I'll be able to ask them to set up the schedule of my day, to order the groceries based on my past preferences, and without me giving them any guidelines. And so my AI agent will order my groceries from the store, have them delivered, have them put in the pantry, and then present me with a menu on a weekly basis. Okay, so I asked, who are the companies that are going to be in that? And she basically said, it's the companies that have the data and the money right now. The money to implement this, the money to buy the GPUs and the CPUs and the TPUs, and put them in their data centers and get that data in a format that they can distribute it to me. And that would be, as I said, it would be Microsoft, Google, NVIDIA, Tesla, and Amazon. So then I said, okay, I understand that those are the regular players. Who else? Who else is going to grow between now and the end of 2025? And they came up with Palantir, Adobe, Intel, UPath, ticker symbol PATH, and ServiceNow. Okay, I understand that. I understand that Amazon, Google, Tesla, and Microsoft are going to be in a position to take care of that data, but there are going to be software companies who are going to attach to my computer and give me access to it in a way that I can afford it, and in a way that it's efficient for me. So then I said, okay, let's move on to 3 years out. Let's look out to the end of 2027. And basically, she said, autonomous warehousing and manufacturing was at the top of the list. That autonomous manufacturing and logistics. So you might remember that in yesterday's video, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, I told you that my shoes would maybe still be made in China, but there would be no human beings involved in it. That is to say, they wouldn't assemble them. A robot would do that. The truck that picked them up at the warehouse would not be driven by a human being. It would be an autonomous automobile. It would take it to a ship. The ship would be autonomous. Another truck would pick it up. And in long and short, there'd be no human beings involved. So the cost of the shoe is going to come down substantially as the expenditure to human beings goes out. Now you've got to depreciate the robots, but the price, I hope you can see, of everything will start to come down. And then let's say by the end of 2027, she's telling me that, as Elon Musk has told us with his Optimus personal robots, it will be there for initially probably for elderly home care and providing companionship and basically acting as a nurse. I talked to a lady about that, and they said, I would never have a robot take care of my mother. And I said, well, would you rather hire someone that you really don't know, that comes from an agency, and have her abused by another human being, or know the robot will not, does not, and cannot abuse her? Well, I guess, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Again, this is going to cause deflation in and as price of goods drop because labor costs drop. This will particularly be effective in consumer goods, cars, electronics, and other consumer goods. So this will be, as we take that personal labor out of it, the cost will come down, inflation will turn into deflation, and our house will change. Robots handling household chores. Nita and I'll get up, we'll bathe ourselves, we'll go into the kitchen, our coffee will be made, our breakfast will be made. While we're eating breakfast, our robot will go in and clean up the bathroom and make the bed, and we'll go on about our lives. So it will all be taking care of us, not by another human being, but by a robot. I asked then who are the main players, and again, she gave me the Microsoft, Google, NVIDIA, Tesla, and Amazon. And again, I probed further and said, who else are you seeing? And she says, at this time, there's going to be a tremendous demand, increase in demand by this time for semiconductors, as all these robots, and as Elon Musk said, there'll be more robots on the earth by 2030 than there are human beings. So ASML is going to have to crank up more machines to supply Taiwan Semiconductor and Intel with the machines that can make the wafers that make the semiconductors that are bought by Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Intel, so that they can run our computers. Advanced Micro devices will become a competitor to NVIDIA, as will, as I told you in yesterday's video, as will Google with their TPUs, and probably Amazon will be coming up with some as well. And then they said companies like Robotics and Siemens, ticker SIEGY, because again, we're automating or robotizing all of our warehouse, all of our manufacturing facilities, and these are the two leaders in that field. In fact, I just put in another order for Symbotics today because I think, based on what I'm being told, within the next 3 years, that's all going to be robotized. So then I said 5 years out. And again, she said, now we're robotizing our cities. Our cities are spending money to buy robots, to maintain and build the infrastructure. All the buses and public transportation will be run by robots. So our city is upgrading to the new world. Then she gave me Illumina. Illumina is the company who is very big on genome sequencing. Your ability to go to your doctor and sit down on a machine and they sequence your genome and say, this is the propensity you have for cancer, heart disease, Parkinson's, whatever. This is a company I bought into heavily 2.5 years ago. But because of governmental regulation and the scrutiny of the Food and Drug Administration, it didn't happen. They're also now bringing up Snowflake and Salesforce as companies who are going to provide me and you with the software as we go deeper and deeper into AI to fit our needs and to manage our data. Then she mentioned a company called Databricks. It's a private company. and it will centralize our AI innovation industries, managing from finance to healthcare. Finance is going to be a big one. I saw an interview today on Squawk Box about a new company who is saying in 3 years all the investment decisions you need will be made by AI. So that's my take on this. Again, if you want a copy of this 7-page white paper that I've done, go into the description. And then if you want the projections of what the prices of these stocks are going to be at the end of 24, 25, 26, 27, go on my cheat sheet. You'll find that at bestofusinvestors.com. You'll join our tribe. And right now we have a 14-day free trial, so you can acquaint yourself with it. Where I want to go with this is to bring AI into our website, where you can go and you can get all the information on all the stocks you have on your portfolio, and it will project for you what the prices of all the stocks you have is going to be in the subsequent years, so you can make better investment decisions. Is that possible? It may not be today, but I'm working on it. I assure you that, and I'll get it to you as quick as I can, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.